It started as an ordinary Friday evening, much like any other. I had just wrapped up an exhausting week at my job and was eager to surprise my wife, Sarah, by picking her up from her office. Our marriage had been under strain for some time, with distance growing between us, and I thought an unexpected dinner date might spark the warmth we once shared. I arrived early at her workplace, parking across the street, planning to greet her with a bouquet of roses and a hopeful smile. But as I glanced through the lobby's glass doors, my heart shattered. Sarah wasn't alone. Her boss, Michael, whom I'd met at various company gatherings, had his arms around her waist. Their interaction wasn't professional. Their laughter rang out, their faces inches apart, and then, without a moment's pause, she leaned in and kissed him right there. In full view, she didn't even glance toward the street where I sat frozen, the roses wilting in my grip. Shock rooted me to the spot, my mind scrambling to deny what I'd seen. I tried to rationalize it, to convince myself there was an innocent explanation, but my gut told me otherwise. I watched as they walked hand in hand to his car and drove off. My heart broke into jagged pieces, each one cutting deeper than the last. I couldn't move at first. Instead, I drove aimlessly through the city. No destination in sight, just a desperate need to outrun the pain. Hours later, when I finally returned home, Sarah wasn't there. She strolled in near midnight, tossing out a flimsy excuse. "Sorry, a work event ran late." I nodded, swallowing my anguish, and went to bed without a word. That night, sleep eluded me. I stared at the ceiling, replaying every moment of our marriage, the years I'd poured into our life together, the trust I'd given her, the countless times she'd looked me in the eyes and said, "I love you." The next morning, I didn't confront her. I made coffee, smiled through breakfast, and carried on as if nothing had happened. But inside, a plan was forming. Her betrayal couldn't go unanswered, not out of ego, but because I needed to reclaim the dignity she'd stolen when she kissed another man in front of me. I began collecting evidence with quiet precision: bank records, emails, her phone's location data. Sarah had been careless, leaving a trail of her deceit. Their affair had been ongoing for months. They'd taken trips together, booked hotels using her company card, and even joked about me in their messages, dismissing me as an insignificant hurdle. The humiliation burned, but I kept my discovery secret. I met with a divorce attorney, grateful we had no children to complicate the process. I backed up every piece of evidence, ensuring my investigation left no trace. The attorney confirmed I had a solid case for divorce on grounds of infidelity, with a strong likelihood of a favorable outcome. But that wasn't enough. I didn't just want a legal victory. I wanted justice that stung. Sarah had been glowing about an impending promotion for weeks, her excitement palpable whenever she spoke of it. I saw my opportunity. Using an anonymous email, I sent a detailed report to her company's HR department, including expense receipts, security footage I'd obtained from the building manager, and records of their illicit trips, an affair with her boss especially. On company-funded outings wasn't just a personal betrayal, it broke corporate rules. The fallout was swift. Michael was fired, and Sarah was suspended pending an investigation. When she came home, her face streaked with tears, she insisted it was all a mistake. I played the role of the comforting husband, holding her as she cried, while knowing I'd orchestrated the consequences. I told her everything would be okay, and that night I slept peacefully for the first time in weeks. Days later, I handed her the divorce papers. She collapsed, sobbing, pleading, claiming it was a momentary lapse, that I was her true love. But I was done with her deception. Keeping my voice steady, I looked into her eyes and told her I knew everything that I'd seen them that night. Her face drained of color, her excuses evaporating. She had no words left. 2 weeks later, she moved out. I kept the house, most of our savings, and most crucially, my sense of self. Her reputation at work was ruined, and even her friends began to pull away as the truth spread. I didn't need to spread the story, her actions did that for me. Months have passed, and I'm slowly rebuilding. I've started dating again, met new people, and even taken a few trips. More importantly, I've rediscovered the man I am, one who values loyalty and honesty above empty promises and false affection. When people ask if I regret my choices or miss her, my answer is firm. No, love can be a beautiful thing, but there's a distinct satisfaction in revenge, precise, calculated, and deserved that sometimes feels even more fulfilling.